I want to share with you a bit of a story that it's not so much a story. It's a mindset shift that has allowed me to just grow. And inside of the space, I believe that we live in a world, and the purpose of life is to grow, is to give back, to love. And for me, the biggest thing that has helped me navigate through life so far is just questioning everything. Like really, the questioning everything. We live in a world where as a society, most people are obese, most people are overweight, most people are depressed. 2 out of 3 marriages end up in divorce. And so if we don't begin to question everything, if I'm going to do everything the average person does, just because an average person reads a book or they watch TV, I want to begin to question that. Because if I take up these actions like an average person, if I do the average things that an average person does, guess what? I'm going to end up with an average result. And I was finding myself reading books, and you might read books right now as well. And there's one key thing that I learned from reading books. Now, reading books does jack shit. The average person can read a book, and the average person can go through a book. But there's one key difference as to how really, if you really want to make the most out of things, you've got to be prepared to get uncomfortable. And inside of reading a book, I used to read tons and tons of books. I believe that they were the roadmap to success. But in reality, what I was doing was I was gaining all this knowledge and I wasn't doing anything with it. And that's what the average person does. The average person gains and they gain on knowledge, they consume and they do nothing with it. And so they become a know-it-all, but they haven't done jack shit. And that was me. So this revelation came when I started to realize that, hey, I need to stop doing the things that average normal people do. I don't want to get average results. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to be overweight or obese. I don't want to end up in a divorce. So what I started to do when I was beginning to read books was I was starting to, instead of reading the book and actually letting the book guide my direction, I was actually setting intention. I was setting a massive, massive intention into what I wanted out of the book. Before I'd start reading any books, I'd actually go in and say, what do I want out of this book? What am I looking for? And as soon as I looked for that particular thing, I shut down the book and I began to write revelations on how I could apply this principle inside of my life. Now, sometimes I didn't actually have to read the book. Sometimes I only read half the book. Sometimes I read a quarter of the book. But I took that one key thing because I was searching for a particular thing. And inside of that, I've been able to not only gain a lot of knowledge, but a lot of direction from different books. And if you find that this helps you, please like and share this video. But more importantly, I think we should begin to live in a world where we don't consume as much information. Information in itself is useless.